Today we're talking about IPOs coming out the week of August 17th, as well as taking a look at CureVac, who was a late addition to last week's slate and began his trading on Friday, popping over 200% on his debut. And this week I have something new for you. We have 2 SPACs we'll cover this week as well. If you like hearing about all of the opportunities for investing in newly available companies, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise and our weekly feature, IPO This Week, where we cover all of the companies going public, plus all of the lockup and notable quiet period expirations. I'd like to welcome back everyone in the community. It's so awesome to have you back every week. Just wanted to thank you all for watching. So just to catch up, last Thursday, I released a video that talked about different options for investing in newly available companies besides for traditional IPOs. Hopefully you checked it out, but if you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it for you in the description. In it, we talked about SPACs and IPO ETFs for the first time on the channel, and I asked if there was any interest in me covering SPACs, and of the feedback I received, it was positive. So this may continue to evolve on how I do it, but since we have another shorter lineup of IPOs this week, I'll let you know what SPACs are also coming out and what they're targeting on today's video as well. And then another thing to catch up on was on Friday, when a company named CureVac that was added to the IPO calendar after I recorded last week's episode, it started trading, and I wanted to give some information and my thoughts on it today as well. So we have quite a few things to talk about today. As we get into it, just a quick reminder that while this video is meant to be informative, it should not be seen as a recommendation from me for you to take any action on the companies covered. You should always do your own research or consult with your own financial advisor when making any investment decision. So let's kick this week's show off with a couple of new biotechs coming to market. First up is Harmony Biosciences, ticker HRMY, a commercial stage biotech that plans to raise $100 million at a $1.4 billion market cap, which makes it the biggest deal on the table this week. The company currently has one marketed product named WAKIX, which is the first and only approved product for adult narcolepsy that is not scheduled as a controlled substance. WAKIX has generated $64 million in revenue since its commercial launch in last November. If you're not sure what narcolepsy is, it's a chronic sleep disorder characterized by overwhelming daytime drowsiness and sudden attacks of sleep. And no, my videos are not a cause for it, unless you're my family and friends who just watch to see me but have no actual interest in investing. Hey Mom. The company plans to pursue approval for expanding the indications for WAKIX to also include pediatric narcolepsy and adult cataplexy, which is a sudden brief loss of voluntary muscle tone triggered by strong emotions such as laughter, which tends to be associated with narcolepsy. According to a 2019 market research report by Allied Market Research, the global market for narcolepsy treatment was an estimated $2.4 billion in 2018 and is expected to exceed $5.3 billion by 2026, which represents a forecasted compound annual growth rate of 10.3%. The company looks to have its IPO on Tuesday, with pricing expected to be set within a range of $20 to $23, with trading to begin on Wednesday. The second biotech is a phase 1 biotech named Inhibrx, ticker INBX, who plans to raise $102 million at a $620 million market cap. According to information on NASDAQ.com, this is the company's second attempt to go public, with it also filing last year before withdrawing in November. The early stage biotech is primarily targeting oncology or cancer-related indications such as chondrosarcoma, which attacks the body's cartilage, and mesothelioma, which is caused by asbestos and primarily attacks the lungs and heart. The company has 4 clinical candidates, which are all in those early stage phase 1 trials, so they aren't close to bringing anything to market. Needless to say, other than receiving some revenue for licensing fees, they're not bringing in any money as of yet. Inhibrx also looks to have its IPO on Tuesday, with pricing expected to be set in a range of $16 to $18, with trading to begin on Wednesday. Keeping up with the medical focus for this week, we have NanoX Imaging, ticker NNOX, a company that is working towards providing affordable medical imaging systems through the development of what they call a novel digital microelectromechanical system semiconductor cathode that it believes can produce the same results as X-ray technology, but at a fraction of the cost. The product in development is a combination hardware and software system called Nanox System, which as of this time has not yet been approved by the FDA, although the company expects to deploy the first generation of the product in the first half of next year, if its working prototype gets cleared. So at this point, it's another company not bringing in any revenue at this time. According to a 2020 market research report by Grandview Research, the global market for medical imaging was approximately $20.1 billion in 2017 and is expected to reach $30 billion by 2027, representing a forecasted compound annual growth rate of 4%. The company plans to raise $100 million at a $793 million market cap, with pricing expected to be on Thursday to be set within a range of $16 to $18. Trading should then begin on Friday the 21st. Before we get to the SPACs and CureVac, let's go over this week's lockup expirations. And this will be quick as we only have one. Zhongchao, ticker ZCMD, a Chinese company who provides healthcare information, education, and training services in China. Their lockup expires on Wednesday. They initially priced at $4 and are now currently trading at $2.20. We also have a notable quiet period ending, and that is for Jamf, ticker JAMF, a company that partners with Apple. We'll have to see if any research reports or information from the company come out that might boost the stock. Okay, moving on, let's talk about CureVac next, ticker CVAC. As I mentioned, this company set its IPO date after I recorded last week's episode on Monday morning, so I didn't have a chance to talk about them with you. IPO dates are always fluid, and keeping track of foreign companies is even a little more difficult. However, as I always try to do, I did try to let everyone know that they were added to the calendar by posting an update in the comments so that you could at least be aware that they were out there. So as you might have heard, the company had its offering price set at $16 and then opened trading at $44 on Friday before finally closing to just under $56. Today I just wanted to give you a little more information on the company, why it likely popped out of the gate, and share some thoughts on why you might want to take a cautious approach with the company, but also what might be compelling about them. So for some background, the company is a biotech established in Germany to develop mRNA-mediated treatment options for cancers, viral diseases, and protein-based gene editing therapies. The company's pipeline contains lead candidate CV8102, which is currently in a phase 1 trial for squamous cell cancer and melanoma, and CV7202, which is currently in a phase 1 trial for potential vaccination against rabies. And then what likely garnered most of the attention for CureVac's IPO is that they are also advancing its mRNA vaccine program to fight the virus behind the pandemic, where they initiated a phase 1 trial in healthy volunteers in June with results expected in the fourth quarter. The company reported that results of their preclinical studies suggested that their vaccine candidate against the pandemic virus was active at a low dose of 2 micrograms and triggered fast induction of a balanced immune response with high levels of T-cell responses, which prompted them to begin the phase 1 trial. And we've seen with other biotechs like Moderna, Novavax, and Inovio, any involvement in working towards developing a vaccine is bringing money to the table. While CureVac hasn't brought anything to market as of yet, it has established many academic and biopharmaceutical collaborations and brought in funding from entities like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and CEPI. The vaccine they are developing would be most similar to Moderna's approach in their use of a messenger RNA technology platform as compared to some other vaccine approaches. So what do I think are the pros and cons of the company? Well, there's a couple of things I do like. In the short term, by focusing on the pandemic, they are likely to bring in more outside money and resources to help grow the company, including in areas of manufacturing. I also like that they have a variety of products in their pipeline which focus on other medical indications such as cancers and rabies that have reached phase 1 level studies, but they are also in earlier stages of addressing conditions such as metabolic disorders and respiratory diseases. Having said that, I definitely think they have some headwinds as far as from an investment perspective, many of these in relation to a pandemic vaccine, which is what everyone is thinking about with the company. These headwinds involve a lot of the things I mentioned in my vaccine stock investing primer video. If you haven't seen that one, you might want to check it out. I'll link it in the description. Some of the main factors in the video that would apply here are the number of companies that are working towards a vaccine that have deeper pockets and more resources, the likelihood of multiple successful vaccines developed, and pressures on pricing. There's a lot to consider that I talk about more in depth in that video that I won't take up your time with here. With CureVac and their candidate, it's clear that they are behind in the race, with many companies already in the phase 2 and 3 studies, while they're still in phase 1, so another reason for caution. Beyond the pandemic, while they have other focuses, they are still early on in development of their pipeline. It could take years for their lead candidates to obtain approval and get to market. And that's the best case scenario, because there's no guarantee that those later phase trials will show that their candidates are safe and effective. Keep in mind that earlier stage biotechs are risky in general, so nothing I say is to disparage CureVac, it's just the reality. If you understand the situation and the company and are okay with what they're doing and where they're at in its development, then great. Anyways, just wanted to share some thoughts of mine on CureVac with you since I hadn't had a chance yet. Okay, as promised, let's talk about this week's upcoming SPACs. Since this is the first week covering them, I'll mostly give you an overview of the company and what they're targeting. As this coverage evolves, I'll try to share more helpful information with you going forward, so feel free to give me some slack here for now. First up is Northern Genesis Acquisition, ticker NGA.U, which is a blank check company targeting to obtain an environmentally sustainable business. They plan to raise $300 million to acquire a business with a strong environmental, social, and governance profile. The company's management team has experience in the energy and utility sectors and plans to target a variety of industries, so other than knowing they're looking for an eco-friendly company, it's pretty wide open. Trading looks to start on Tuesday. And the second one on the calendar is Petra Acquisition, ticker PAICU, who plans to raise $125 million to acquire a business in the cannabis industry. Now, considering the subpar stock performances for companies like Aurora Cannabis and Canopy over the past couple of years, it will be interesting to see how this one plays out. The SPAC is led by CEO and Chairman Andre Topaldos, who has founded several companies in technology, software, artificial intelligence, and lifestyle markets. I don't have a date yet for trading, but I'll add in the comments when I do, unless someone beats me to it. So there you have it, an analysis of last week's big IPO debut, as well as 3 new companies and 2 new SPACs to consider investing in for this week. That was a lot to cover. And with that, please like the video if you enjoyed it and share with your friends or also on any of your social media sites. The more exposure we get, the more we can grow the channel together, which will allow me to justify putting more resources towards it. And if you're new to the channel or just an occasional visitor, we'd love to have you join the community. It's totally free. You just got to press that red subscribe button. And with that, I wish you a good week of trading. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, have a great day.